Welcome to your love reading. All right, let's take a look and see what the messages are tonight. All right, so someone here is admitting that things are a little bit unstable, right? Just a little bit. I have a lot going on in my life. My life seems to be up and down at this hour, at this time. Okay. And I admit, you're definitely different from everybody that I've connected with. Everybody. The way that you respond, the way that you show up, the connection, all of that. So this person wants to obviously admit the capacity of what's happening in their life right now. Of course, they're coming in and saying, my life is a mess. Okay, my life is a mess. And yes, you are very different from everyone around me. And now I'm starting to realize it. Okay. I'm starting to realize it. I know it has taken some time for me to realize things, but I've realized it nonetheless here. Okay, so let's see what's happening tonight. Let's see where Spirit wants to guide us. See what the vibes are. So we have the 9 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the 6 of Swords, the Death card, a 10 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Lovers. Look how beautiful that is. And the beautiful Lovers. Look how she's like holding on to that energy. Overall energy for the reading right now is the 5 of Wands. What's happening? We're not talking. We're not seeing eye to eye. We're not able to get to a place where we could connect or feel one another at this time. There could be like a little bit of hesitation or delay with communication or a delay with movement you're feeling. Like maybe there was supposed to be some sort of travel or there was supposed to just be some sort of movement, right? The energy could be a little sluggish. We get that. So there is a little bit of sluggish energy. You know, things aren't moving the way we want things to move. Communication's not moving. Well, I always like to say during Mercury in retrograde and all that stuff, I like to just be quiet as much as possible, as much as I can, right? I try because we have a lot of miscommunication. I may say something and you may not understand what I'm trying to say, right? I may try to communicate with you and I just need to be listening instead of going on at this time. So listening is the go-to right now. Okay. Now, when they say like my life is a mess, also what they're saying is now I see what I've lost. Also, I just want to like clarify that as well. Right. Also, I've been quiet because I don't know how to face what I feel. Okay. There's a lot of emotions here. 5 of Wands clarifying everything. And you are different. All right. So 9 of Pentacles. We're going to jump right in. Hello, everyone. 9 of Pentacles. What is that energy? So they saw something, felt something different, untouchable, right? Something that they haven't recognized before. Like something that I feel like is worth leaning into, worth getting to know, worth investigating, worth investing in to some degree. I liked it. I still like it, but I liked it a lot. Okay. And I feel like, you know, whenever you look at the nine of Pentacles like that, that card literally screams, I wasn't ready for someone like you. Okay. That's what that card is screaming. I wasn't ready for someone like you at all, but I kept it a secret, right? I went with it because this is different, but I wasn't ready to connect with someone like you. Or someone here wasn't ready financially, emotionally, spiritually. There was a lack of readiness. Maybe my situation, whatever it is, my heart. I have some things at this time. They weren't ready. Bottom line, someone here wasn't ready. And I get like, you know, this energy of admiration. Like I felt a lot of admiration for you. Like just having someone around me like you is different, and I appreciate it. And I was a little intimidated, but I definitely appreciate it here. You were self-made. You are self-made. You're different from what they're used to. Okay. And it really starts to trigger them, and it makes them feel insecure a little bit. And you also started feeling slightly insecure as well. Maybe you kept that silent, like, I'm not going to announce that, right? I could be insecure about my age. I could be insecure about the connection, just something here. High Priestess energy, mystery. There was something very mysterious about this person, and you're like, I don't know what it is, but there's something about them that I just cannot put my finger on. Are they acting? Do they really mean what they say? Like, is this the universe playing games with me? What is this? Why can't I decode this person? And it wasn't one of those things where it's like I would ask this person a question and they wouldn't answer. It wasn't that. It was just, I couldn't pinpoint if the connection was real or not. I couldn't pinpoint if they truly felt the same. I was always wondering if they felt what I felt in silence. The intensity, like the love, the connection, the butterflies. Right? I always wondered if they felt it in their silence. The High Priestess came out yesterday in yesterday's reading, right? Talking about readings, talking about investigating, talking about listening to intuition here. And I feel like in the past, some of us were like, all right, I know my intuition has to help me out of this one. My intuition has to save me in this one because there's something that I can't pinpoint to some degree. Okay. And they couldn't even figure you out either. So this is like a two-way street. Let me clarify that. It comes off as like a two-way street. It's not like you're the only person thinking there's something mysterious about this. Convention. This wasn't a normal relationship. This wasn't like, could have met at work. You could have like met in a very strange place. It just comes off like there's something very abnormal about this connection, but there's also something so powerful about it as well. Okay. And every time you didn't chase, every time you didn't shout, they spiraled, right? We go back into the mental. Every time you don't talk, the mental starts to really go into that spiral effect. And I feel like that's what started to happen in this connection. High Priestess is basically showing us in this reading, someone here felt emotionally exposed around you. They felt more than they let on, okay? Or you felt more. Take it how it resonates. And it's like they couldn't handle how much you knew, how much you felt them, how much you understood them. I know it's ironic, right? But how much you understood them, how much you were able to read through their vibration, how much you were able to see through the facade, all that. They couldn't handle that. Because that normally doesn't happen. Could you imagine like someone just being able to read you? Sometimes it gets a little scary. Sometimes. Okay. And they're still, even in the now, this person is still trying to figure out, how do you get under my skin so much? I'm typically not like this. I'm typically not this vulnerable. I'm typically guarded. I'm typically strong. I normally don't move this way. Okay. And now the Six of Swords comes in. So this is them here. This is detaching or like, pulling themselves back. This is like going into their hermit mode. Ooh. Oh, look. Look, as I said that, look what came out. Literally. Someone here was speculating, well, if you're going to pull away, I'll pull away too. I immediately came out of my feelings. This person's really interesting. Whoever did this, it's like, I'm falling, I'm feeling. Hurry up. It's like they talk themselves out of their emotions. Like, no, snap out of it. Work, distract, don't do this. Don't go there. And that ultimately brought us where? To a halt. Right? And I feel like they're still thinking about the last moment you shared. They're still thinking about the conversation you had. They're still thinking, right? There's a lot of thinking going on here. Mercury. This could be an Aquarius, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Taurus, and Scorpio energy. So the silence was like their defense. It's like a protective defense type of energy. But with the Five of Wands here, it starts to create obstacles, right? It starts to create, you don't like me, you don't love me. And in this reading, we're going to dive into your person's mind, all right? For those that are interested in a personal reading, right? And I just want to go here for a little bit. Like for those that are really interested in just getting into your person's mind, right? Even if they're silent, getting into their mind, revealing their their wound, the wound that brought them here. I feel like when we understand our person's true wound, not the wound they think they have, not the wound you may think they have, but the wound that spirit is currently revealing, you're able to understand how to respond to this person, how not to respond to this person, right? Because for some of us, we're accidentally repelling our person. We're pushing them away, right? And we don't understand the language to use to actually disarm them. That's really what it is, right? And this hot and cold energy, for some of us, it's like we're sort of adding fuel to that energy with some of the things that we say, because we don't understand how to communicate with our person. So if you're wanting that, the link will be in the comment section. I feel like it's helpful. I know it's helpful. So just check out the comment section and see where your heart takes you. Moving into the death card energy, this is going to be the connection that's going to change them. Whether they know it or not, whether you know it or not, right? This is going to be the connection that ultimately makes that shift. This is going to be the most, and this, again, this reading is for those that are connecting with a very, very deep soulmate. Even if you're in separation with this person, that's why we have the death card here. They're not the same anymore, right? They're not. After this reconciliation, whether it's a past life reconciliation, and for some of us, we feel it. When you connect with someone and it's like that familiar bond and it's intense and it's awakening, you're just like, no, this is nothing like what I thought love was, is, things like that. So this is, the death card right here is more so like transformation through pain. It is. It's through transformation through patience as well. Transformation through understanding. After this, they will not be the same. Right? It's like they're going through, we are going through an internal ego death deep down inside. The pride is collapsing. The ego is collapsing. It's happening in silence at this time. Okay, like the illusions are shattering. Like all of the, oh, I'm tough. I don't need this. I'm going to move on. I'm fine. I don't need you. Right? I didn't feel anything for you. All of the illusions are collapsing in silence at this time. And I feel like they see, they know, they understand the damage that has been, the damage that they've caused to this relationship. You're also noticing the damage that you've caused in this relationship. Someone here, all I could hear is like someone saying like, I'll call you back or I'll contact you, and they never did. Or they're saying like their energy is shifting, period. That's what it is, right? The energy is shifting. Clarify this. Oh, look at this. We have concealing. We have secrets here. This person is definitely hiding how they feel at this time. For sure. Right? And even with the 10 of Wands, I love the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands here after that death card. What is that? That's like weight. That's heavy weight. That's the weight of everything unsaid. Everything I didn't say to you. Everything I wanted to express to you. But that's always after the death card. Gosh, everything I should have said to you, everything that I should have admitted to you, all that good jazz. Right below the high priestess. Everything I should have exposed to you that was from my heart, I didn't do that. And now I have to sit with that. And sometimes what typically happens is when the door closes like that and when we stop speaking and we stop connecting for whatever reason, it's so hard to show up the same. Especially if it's been like, we've had tower moments. A lot of things have been said. The vibe is different. Like there's just a lot of fog in the air. Like when you go into that 10 of Wands here, this is when this person starts to really reflect here, okay? This is more so like sleepless nights, feeling overwhelmed, okay? And also in the same time trying to handle all of that weight. And this is not someone here that's like able to suppress or push down all of that tension any longer. From what I'm feeling, like it's building, it's quietly building. All right, any emotions here, please? It's quietly building. Ha! How could I do that, right? So someone here opted out. This is the choice that was made here, okay? There was a spark, chemistry, connection, intensity, desire, all of that. But I decided to walk away. I was better off walking away from all of that. This person decided through behavior, through actions, language, all that stuff, they decided to step away. And yes, maybe they decided to clear their head. Right? We'll just call it detachment because that's what it really is. I decided to step away because I feel like I wanted a different perspective. And boy, oh boy, they're getting a different perspective. Now they are getting a different perspective, right? And now this person is in a place where they're dealing with the distance, right? The distance is intense right now. The silence is intense. But the silence is also bringing in messages. Let's see what these messages are. Silence always brings in messages. Always. And we have the Five of Pentacles, and we're going to get there because this is not really physical abandonment. This is spiritual abandonment. I didn't listen to my intuition. I decided to abandon things, right? This could be you too. What was your intuition telling you at first? Did it scream that they weren't ready? But I feel like this is your person though. And this is I pushed you away energy. This is now I'm cold, Now I'm sitting here without your light. Now I'm sitting here trying to figure out what to do next. Now I'm trying to find you and everything else. Right? It's hitting hard in silence. But some of us don't feel that because we're submerged in our own mind, right? We're also like trying to figure things out. So it's kind of hard to understand someone's perspective in a sense or how they may be rationalizing things right now. They're afraid that you moved on. Even if you didn't move on to someone else, they're afraid that you moved on from the chaos, from the joke. Some of you are like, whoa, what a joke. Why? They're afraid that you're going to move on and they're afraid that you have moved on. And again, it doesn't mean moved on to someone else. It could simply mean I moved on from that illusion, that fantasy. I moved on from thinking that I wanted you. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid that you no longer desire them as much. And it might be true, right? Some of you, it may not be true. Again, this is just their thoughts. It doesn't mean that it's entirely true. All right. And there's still that ashamed energy also. I'm sort of ashamed to really bring in this conversation. Why? Because you see through me, right? You see through me. So I just want to get a little bit of a confession. Okay. Confession here. Yeah. Emotions are overwhelming me and you don't see it. I'm not going to call you and text you and tell you that these emotions are overwhelming me. And at the same time, in the same token, I can't stop thinking about you, but I'm not going to call you, right? Watch a tarot reading, get a reading, right? Go find out, but I'm not going to tell you. But some of us were intuitive. We could feel it. And most of the time, it's normally when you're calm and you're not stressing, you're not anxious, you're very, very calm, you're relaxed. That's when it's hitting them the hardest. That's when I find that's when it's hitting them the hardest. My person. Look at this energy down here. Just look at this. I don't know what's going on with the collective, but I got my eye on you. There's something here that's about to take place here. And I love it. I love it. And I'm excited about it. There's a lot of emotions. I still feel like there is a little growing up that needs to, of course, be implemented here. So they come in sweet. So this is, look, we have cups, lovers, emotions flooding in like a tsunami, fantasizing about you. And you've been meditating. Not only have you been meditating, you've been in a place where it's not only are you meditating, you're sitting in this space where you're just saying to yourself, I deserve love. I do. And here this person comes in, they're like, no, I know you deserve love. It comes off as if they're not sure how you're going to react, but they're going to take a chance here. Yeah. I feel like this person wants to take a chance. I feel like they want to take a chance. I feel like they're going to take a chance. I feel like a chance is wanting to be taken. I feel like this is new energy. I don't feel like things are going to be the same. I definitely feel, and this is what I want to tell you. Yes, there's a lot of emotions coming in here. There's a lot of feelings. But before you flood in to this new beginning, all right, this new chapter, understand what Spirit was trying to whisper in your ear that caused this silence. Why was this silence so important? It doesn't matter how long it was for, right? There was a silence that came about that was so important, and Spirit didn't just apply silence to this connection for no reason. Like, what did you hear? And Spirit really wants you to process that before you jump back in. And that's why I was saying earlier, know your person's wounds. Know your wounds, right? If you're unsure, my spirit guides and your spirit guides will inform you on that. Okay? But here we are. Okay, here we are. This is warm energy. It's soulful. For some of you, this is coming in the next 6 weeks. For some of you, it's coming in the next 3 weeks. For some of you, it's coming in fast, you know? And I feel like there's a lot of mature energy here as well. Like someone here has definitely matured. You've matured in the way that you're receiving love. I like the Queen of Cups because it just talks about soft power, you know? And at this time, I feel like this person, they're not even looking for your words right now. They just want to make eye contact. And I feel like eye contact right now would be so intense. Oh my gosh. Eye contact right now would reveal more than words could ever reveal, if you understand what I mean. Right? And we have the lovers, the beautiful lovers here. Right? We still believe in one another. We still believe in love. This isn't a maybe with the lovers here. This is like fate. This is it. This is us. This is the connection. This is us coming together. Eye to eye. Didn't I say something about eye contact? Yeah, there it is. There goes that eye contact right there. You know, the eye never lies. The eyes never lie. The eyes never lie. And I feel like this person's heart still beats for you. You still make them feel a lot, whether they want to say it or admit it or not, right? They're concealing things, but I'm here. Okay. The choice is yours, of course, with the lovers. Like, you could choose to approach this however you want, but approach it, of course, in a way where we're both able to communicate to one another's hearts. And I always say, like, if I'm in a connection, I want us to be able to protect each other's souls, protect each other's hearts, right? So the ego has to be put away. The games have to be put away. And let's really, really dive into this powerful connection. Like, who doesn't want to, really dive into a connection like this? And it's here. It's literally right here, So the biggest question is for the month, okay? Oh, before we even do that, we have the 2026 journals out right now, okay? Get a head start on that. 77 pages. It's powerful. It's powerful. It allows you to put out your petitions. It allows you to really set the stage for where you're moving into when it comes to 2026, right? It's 11/11. Everything will be in the link. Well, in the comment section. So the biggest question for this connection is, do they stay afraid or do they fight for you? Or do they evolve also, right? Do they evolve? Do you evolve for this connection or do you just stay in fear? Because there's a heavy energy of fear here. Heavy, right? But if we could get past that, we're good. We're in a great place, all right? I love you very, very much. I will talk to you soon. Have a wonderful one. Right. And I don't write because I have to. I do it because I deserve to move through life with clarity and also power. So this is where I pour my emotions, I reset my energy and I decide who I'm becoming with each page. And there's 77 pages with self-care, financial goals, soul desires. It's all inside. I made this journal for those who want to manifest from their heart. So yours is waiting below. Enjoy it. Enjoy every minute of this journal.